Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I see we are getting, firstly, happy 4th of July to everyone out there. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. As you can see, we're having a short-term move in the market at the moment. Nice little short-term push from Bitcoin. Is it time to have a temporary short? You know, are we going to do the same thing, get up to the top of the range, make our way back down? We are currently ranging right now. Not a massive percentage range right now. But we get to critical levels, and we know at these stages we cannot sleep. If there is any big breakout, we need to be aware of it. We need to know what are the major points we are looking at. So I'm going to be going through Bitcoin for you guys. I'm going to be going through our trading competition as I have entered it. I've started off. I've done one trade. I'm busy getting ready and just entered my second trade as well. I see I'm sitting, I think, around 11th or 12th in our team. I've only done one trade so far, so I'm starting with that as well. I want to show you guys what I'm looking at. I want to get things moving again. I took some time last week to work on education. I saw the community needed education. We're doing the calls, we're doing the live trading, but when things go against us and we get stopped out, guys are not learning the risk management and stuff properly. So I took it very seriously, and I have now been working on a lot of education. So I'm going to be excited to announce that with you guys as well. I have a new trading partner, someone that's going to be with me on every show, someone that I look up to dearly. I think it's going to be amazing. I think you guys are going to love her. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's a new start to something brilliant. Let's go through the higher time frame views. Let's go through the short time frame trades. Let's have a look at the stock market. Let's look at dominance. Let's look at how everything is working, guys. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? As I said, happy 4th of July to all of you. I hope you're spending some time with the family. I'm glad you're here as well. I'm glad you're here to say what's up, and let's see what's happening on the market. First thing, guys, smash a like, smash the subscribe button if you're brand new, and if you're a beloved community, smash a like, show a lot of love there. As we have been through it all, and I'm here to be with you guys throughout all of it. How are we feeling? Market going up, market going down? Pop in the comments. Where are you from? What's happening out there? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Is it the end of the world? Are the exchanges all falling? Should we take our money off of all the exchanges? Like, there's just tons of FUD out there and tons of questions out there. And I think let's see what's happening. I see the market. I see Bitcoin is looking possibly for a nice little move. I think we'll go through that shortly. First thing, guys, if you are brand new and you're a part of this whole journey, remember, I'm going to be doing, I actually have a new selection where I have to do 4 shows a week. So there will be 4 shows from me every single week from now on. It's the new contracts. It's the new things that I've done with Banter. So I will be here a lot more. And there will be tons of education dropping as well throughout these times as well. South Africa in New Zealand. Nice, nice, nice. What's up, everybody? First thing, if you are new, guys, and you're looking to be a part of this journey, part of the trading journey, look to sign up on the links below. We got ByBit. We have CoinPanel, which is a phenomenal tool for you guys to use as spot traders. It takes a bit of patience, but that will give you all of the charts. I have a great team on that. I'm giving a lot of my charts and alpha on that all the time. We have Mexi, we got KuCoin, we got all of the different exchanges below. Take some time to go through them to make your decision on what you want. You do get the sign-up bonuses. You get a sign-up bonus on ByBit. And remember, guys, we have the live tournament going right now. I have taken a little bit of time in the beginning of it. I still think there's 11 or 12 days left of it. I see we are currently sitting 13th. So, there's some traders that are doing really well out there. So I'm very proud of the guys that are doing well out there. You guys are trading on your own. Like, there's guys trading on their own and succeeding. So I'm very proud of that. Well done to those. End of the day, that's what it's about. I'm here all the time to teach you how to fish, how to do it on your own. And you can see guys are actually doing it. Like, we have our P&L of our whole top 10 is sitting at 182%. Now look at this market. Go through what has happened. It hasn't been a very amazing market. Like, it's been a very choppy market. And we got guys that are doubling to tripling their accounts. So, don't tell me it's not possible, and don't tell me any of these things. Like, it is definitely happening, and you can see how our team's doing pretty well. So I've taken one trade. I'm now currently sitting 14th. I'm excited to get up the ranks. I'm fighting. I love my team. I love the sniper squad, but I am going for number one. I'm going for number one. I'm just here, guys, to show you guys it can be possible. So if you want to be a part of this, I don't know if we still can join. See if you can still join with the link below to join the competition. I think there's another 11, 12 days left of it. I'm very proud of the squad. And you know what's nice? In 3 months, they're going to be doing another competition. So it'll be nice to see how the community evolves as well, to see where we're at now and see where we'll be going forward. Out of all of that. So remember, guys, sign up on the links, smash a like, smash the subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's have a look to see. Also want some guesses. I see some people are going there. I have a new trading partner. Who's my trading partner? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I think you're gonna love it very much. Pop it in the comments there. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking. Let's actually just get on. I'm done with it now. I'm done with all of that stuff. Someone I look up to, someone I'm very, very, very proud of. Someone that keeps me emotionally strong. As you know, this game is very, very, very emotional. And it's also damn emotional having 100,000 people watching my live shows and these sort of things. For me as well, guys, I struggle to sleep at night if we get stopped out as a community, like these sort of things. I take a lot of these things to heart. I put a lot of emotions into these things. I care about you guys. I want us all to succeed. So don't think it's just like I take a lot of this. And then I got the woman I look up to, the one that keeps me strong through all of it, someone that deserves to be on a show, someone that deserves to be sharing all of her knowledge, someone I'm extremely proud of. It's an inspiration. It gives me great, great, great pleasure to have a really big role model in my life. Here she is. It is time. People have asked for it. They have wanted it. They've wanted a Mama Sniper show. So we're going to create the best family duo on the internet. Mama Sniper will be with me from now on all the shows, as well as the live trading sections. I think it's time for her to share her knowledge. She is a mom that's not only brought up us in a crazy, let's actually jump on that 2 secs. Like, not only through a crazy childhood and through everything we've been through, like, she has supported and been there from day one. She has been through everything. And then she also decided to become a badass trader. She learned to start living off the stuff. She trades every single day. Like, if there's anyone that you can't say that you can't do it, like, this is one of the biggest inspirations that I want you guys to look at. And I think it's about time that you hear. It's about time that people can see it can be done. I think it's exciting. I think it's good for me as well. I'm still learning. I'm still upcoming. I'm still learning a lot along this journey. My mother keeps me strong. She's very, very strong, level-headed. That sometimes I'll allow my emotions to make mistakes and allow me to bring things across to you guys in the wrong way at times as well. And I think she's going to bring the absolute massive balance to that. She thinks clearly. She's going to teach you guys tons of it. Welcome, Mom. Welcome, Mama Sniper. I'm excited for the
Thank
duo.
you.
I'm excited for all of it. It's very, very, very exciting.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here alongside
Look
with
at your
you.
studio. Like, you built a quick little studio.
I know, I'm getting there.
Yeah, we spoke about it on, when was it? On Friday or Thursday.
Friday.
This came up.
Yeah.
We're like, let's do it, Mom. Like, let's do it. Like, I'm looking for something to keep us strong for the rest of the year. And it was a quick little idea. And now we're here. Like, here you are.
Yeah.
Like, you built a little studio there. So I think explain on that. Like, you quickly built, you had to throw everything together. You had to buy all the stuff. It's nerve-wracking. Like, I don't know how you feel about it, but it's a lot to do what we do every single day.
No, it is a lot. As exciting as it is, it's very exciting, and I'm very happy to be on this journey with everybody, because I think we've got still a nice long journey coming. and for us to work all as a team and as a family and to get through this on the next one, through thick or thin, through good, through bad. This is exactly what we want to do, and this is the goal that we want to get at the end of the day. We're not going anywhere. We're here to teach, to learn, to make mistakes, to do well, to do everything together. And that's, it's a type of a support structure we didn't have going through all this, and it is so critical. And I think that's why it's just so important to create the structure for everybody around us. I'm very exciting, as nerve-wracking as it is, with the markets and the way it's going and everything. We've just got to trade what we trade and what we see, but it's a very exciting journey. So thank you, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and I think before we jump into the charts, we'll get into the charts now, guys. I think it's also like the emotions go crazy throughout these things, and I think just like us having the support together and these things, I think it's just another valuable lesson to the people as well, to have that support structure, to have that. I got my mom here, and I'm damn proud of it. Like, I'm sitting here, and we're gonna kick ass together. So I'm excited, Mom. Welcome. I think let's get in. Let's drop the alpha. Let's get into it. Let's drop the alpha. Let's see what we're happening. So, guys, ultimately, this is going to create a duo between us and our two different thoughts. I want to explain the two differences between myself and Mama Sniper as well. Is I'm a very much, I think big. I got balls of steel, if you want to call it. I like just go into things quite hard, which has gotten me very far. But I don't always think too much about the next step so much. Where my mom's got great view of that. She's very experienced, and she's been through a lot of, like, controlling of the emotions as well. So her main strength is like taking the step back and being able to like if things are going really well, she can take the step back and also look at, also look at these things. And if things are going really bad, she can also step back and like calm it down. So I think the duo between us, it's going to be us, how we trade in the market short time frame. It's going to show what we're doing, how we're making money, what we're doing in that. Also looking at the higher views. What are we doing on our long-term portfolios? What are we doing on spots? And I think myself and Mama Sniper, we have two different strategies and we're running our own accounts. But I think by sharing the two different views of what we're doing, I think it's just going to balance beautifully. Remember, it's okay. Like, I am going to make mistakes in front of you. People are going to make mistakes, but at least we're giving you a broad range of all the different things so you can ultimately build your strategies and all these sort of things. So I think, Mom, let's go through the first thing of where we're obviously looking at short time frame right now. The first thing I want to show you guys is if we look at the total market cap, you could see here on the 1 hour, the market's, it's very much in a small range. So why people ask, why did I step back last week and not trade more? Was because we've been sitting in this little range. And for me, the market's only moving in like a 3 to 4%. That's all that it's doing. So the checks that you want to do is when you want to trade this market, you want to jump in and look, okay, like what is this market offering right now? And right now, this is all that it's offering. And until we break this level up here, are we going to then expand either to the upside or we break the bottom and then it's going to shift to the downside as well. But at least what it's doing now, it's showing us that the market's only giving 3 to 4% trades right now. So if you're trading short time frame, you make the money 3, 4, 5% and you get out. And then you do it again. And if it's longing and shorting, that's all that the market is offering right now until one of these lines are broken. When one of these lines are broken, you can then go match it up to Bitcoin and be like, okay, like now the range has changed. Now I can maybe hold my trades a little bit longer. And instead of looking at 3, 4, 5% trades, I can be looking at 10% trades, 15% trades. So right now, this is where we're sitting. And that's why I haven't been rushing too much. People say like, oh, Sniper, you're running or these sort of things. I just know when not to trade as well too much, because here you can exhaust yourself and you can throw away a lot of capital in this little zone over here because you're thinking it's a 10% market, but it's only a 3% market right now. And you can see how you will slowly burn yourself. Hit it, Mom.
No, and sometimes a good trade is no trade, is to actually just sit back and watch and see what is going on. The markets will always be there. I think people get this fear that, oh, I've missed it, but you haven't. There will always be another trade and the market will always be there. So
I think we tend to
exhaust
exhaust ourselves. Yeah, I think we tend to exhaust ourselves before the big action happens. And then when the big action happens, you miss out on those opportunities. So we're not running from nothing. It's more being smart and leading by example from you guys just to be, sort of showing. But ideally, this is what we're looking at, guys. If you jump on the 1 hour, you want to draw these two lines in play over here. and we're waiting for a clear direction move. Now, right now, there's no break of any of these trends just yet. So it does show that this could be the possibility for a little while to come. And you can see very much if you look at the Bitcoin chart at the moment, you can see where's the Bitcoin. Like nothing's stopping Bitcoin now going here and doing the same thing that it's done for the last few days now. Come back here and go back there and come back there. So we can see very clearly that the total market cap's ranging. But all we can do at that time is to understand, okay, if I am trading right now, it's mainly to make my $50 a day or to make my very short-term just cash flow. And these are 2-3% trades. That's what it is there. And then you want to be like, okay, but what happens if that changes? And if that changes, what are the key things that are going to give me that indication? And you can see that very clearly on the total market cap, that the bottom or the top, those either one break of those ranges, something changes, which means the strategy will now change. Now, if we jump onto that, and another big thing, I just want to have a look at it here as well, is we know that the market's been following the stock market too. So, you just want to sort of look here. The stock market did lose some sort of rhythm last week. And we will see if it can reclaim and break in here. It will give us an indication that top line can break for Bitcoin. Or if we reject it, we come down hard, the bottom line can be dropped down there too. Now, if that dominant, this total market cap, if we break the top line, I want to paint the picture that if we break the top line, we can be seeing a Bitcoin go back to 21. Will it go further from that? We can't say that just yet. 21, 22, 23. We drop the bottom line, Bitcoin goes down to the lows. Maybe it breaks it. Maybe it goes to 16K. Maybe it goes to 15K. At least I'm painting the picture of what we're looking at. Now, let's go jump in and let's go have a look with Bitcoin here. So right now, if you're looking for trades and you want to make some money, 3-4% trades is what the market's giving you right now until proven wrong. So
and
for
take
me,
your profit before somebody else does. It's one of Craig's favorite sayings is, if you're in profit, don't be greedy, just take it before somebody else is going to take it, especially while we're in this choppy up and down and where the market's still trying to figure out which way it's going.
Yeah, you could basically see from here where we were this morning, 2 to 3% up to the top is what Bitcoin's offering to the resistance, and 2% to the downward side. So for me, if this goes up here and I jump onto, like, let's say the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes as a short time sort of view, a short-term short makes sense to me. We get to this level over here, short-term short, stop loss under previous high over there, and we could come all the way back down here. The market's doing that. That's the current range that we're looking at. So if Bitcoin now makes the way to the top regions over here, a short-term short here makes sense for me. With the stop loss outside of that trend, it makes sense. But look to use this tool over here, and I think it's a very important tool for you guys to use. You see this long and the short position tools over here. Use them because they're going to teach you risk to reward. So if I want to take a short and I want to short from here now, and I'll be like, okay, so you put this tool down, and you can see it basically gives you a ratio, right? And if I take the bottom here to say, if I short here now, this top one, where would my stop loss be? It will be above that little high over there. And where would I take profits if this thing comes down? And you can see what it basically does here for you is it sets a risk to reward ratio. And you can see that I will have a 0.5% stop loss, okay? And if the trade goes right in my favor, I will make a 3%. So I'm basically looking at a 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. I'm willing to risk a certain percent, and my gains is 6 times bigger than what my loss would be if I get it right. So same thing with the long as well. Like if we come down, like use these tools, guys, because then you're never afraid. I see people that got stopped last week. Guys, we got stopped when we got that breakout of Bitcoin. Yeah, it turned on us and it turned hard on us, but we got stopped and the whole thing tanked. Like that's a win. Like it's an absolute win. That's a massive win. Because we had our capital still saved and we could still hit the next one. So use this, guys. It's a very important tool. So for me, if I'm looking at a short-term trade, I'm looking at another little ride up from Bitcoin, a little bit up here, and I'm looking at a short-term short. If I get stopped, it then gives me the opportunity of the next retest here for a long to the upward side. So right now, nothing has super changed in higher macros or higher view sort of skills. We are ranging right now. And the only money you can make is 3 to 5% right now until broken out. I think the holiday today is going to keep it slow. It's going to keep things slow right now. But use this tool, guys. It's going to help you a lot. Now, for me, screw me right now. You guys hear me all the damn time. Mama Sniper, what are you doing? What is your view right now? Higher time frame. How are you trading? Like, are you trading short time frame right now? Are you trading leverage? Are you in that at the moment? Are you trading spot right now? Are you in long term? Like, what's your view in the market right now?
So obviously, but if we could, let's have a look. Let's share screen. Will you put me on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so let's just remove all the drawings. Okay, so obviously I like to work with my stochastic RSIs as well. So I always go and I find which is a stochastic RSI, which is retracing. We know we now currently, we've been going down for, let's see, a couple of days, 6 days. So I can see, okay, my daily stochastic RSI is busy resetting, because if I go to my higher time frames, I know my 1 month is pretty much on the ground. My 1 week stochastic is pretty much on the ground. My 3 days is pretty much on the ground, but I'm now waiting for my daily stochastic RSI, which has probably got about 20% left to go. So it'll probably be over today, tomorrow. So I like to look at the highest time frame stochastic RSI that is coming down to get a general overview. And I mean, we can clearly see here, we are currently sitting on the support over here. And this is why a lot of people are saying maybe we're at the bottom, because here's a support here that we're busy currently bouncing off and finding support on. So maybe 20K is where we are at the moment. But we obviously can clearly see that, there's definitely the possibilities of coming back down to the 12K region. There's also a little one sitting here at around about 15. But I mean, most likely if we are dropping these regions, and I don't know if you agree with me here, Charles, we didn't have much of an impact when we hit this 20K. Normally, when you're at the bottom, for me, the institutions are obviously waiting to buy at a lower range. So yes, even though shorter time frames, it might be bullish, or, we come on and we say, okay, it's time for a trade. And people say, but you're silly. It's not. It's shorter time frames. You must remember, as you're coming down and as we're moving down here, there's going to be little trades in between when you go to your smaller time frames. We're not saying, okay, we're hitting a bull market. We obviously know, guys, draw your trend lines, and we do know that
there's still a lot of time until the next bull run. Real bull run it's a lot of time.
Yeah, until we break these higher time trend lines, until we break out of these, come back and retest, then we'll say, okay, maybe we're bullish now, and we look at getting back in. But currently we know. So for me, I mean, there's so many different directions that it could go at the moment. We know when we break down, we tend to go up, and we retest a lower level over here, right? We've broken down. We haven't come back up to test this level over here. So I ask myself the question, are we going straight down from here? Or let's just clear all that. Or are we still going to go up, test this lower level over here? Because we haven't done that yet. And normally we do. And then have our second leg down to the 20. So if Bitcoin, obviously we'll decide that once you've got your trend lines drawn on the smaller time frames, we'll decide that. But in that line going up there, we've got plenty trades. We've got plenty trades up and down, and that's what the people don't understand, is that it doesn't mean we're bullish if we say, no, we're going long. It's just we're taking the smaller trades in and out. Obviously, trying to do it as risk-free as possible. And then we'll obviously assess the market on a higher time frame with our trend lines to see when we're turning bullish. Because I think that's the thing, is when do you know when we're turning bullish? And I think on the higher time frame, it's just very clear for us. Draw your trend line and keep that. And we can keep on bouncing off this line until we've reached the bottom. So we mustn't obviously take this one out. I think that is quite a possibility that we can still, because if you have a look, if we go to all of the other altcoins, and I'll go there now, the reason why we say that is because, and a lot of you should know this, but I think we get a lot of questions. So when you break out, there's normally a retest of the lower levels before. And we haven't come back down to retest this level. So that's why the possibility is so strong. We've broken out so strong, but we haven't actually come back down to retest this level. So the likelihoods of coming back down to retest these levels are very high. And it goes for every single coin. I mean, THETA, everybody knows. THETA is one of my tokens, but it's never come back to retest these levels over here. So if Bitcoin is going to work its way down, I know that I'm still working down here. Doesn't mean I'm not trading it every day or every second day or every third day. I take short-term trades, but I don't force a trade. And you know, if you wake up and there is no trade or you miss a trade, just take the time off. There will be another trade. The market will be there. I don't try to force trades. I don't try to force trading every single day, because that is when you start over trading and you start losing. So just basically take the trend is take the trend that is showing on that day. And it obviously depends how long you want to trade for. So although I know it's coming back down, could come back down to the 70, 80 cent region, it could still come back up and retest this $2.20 before it moves down.
So I think that's something I want to clarify quickly is, there is still a 12K Bitcoin possibility, and it could go from here there as well. But I feel like the whole market and everyone is shorting and everyone's bearish and bearish and bearish. And it feels like people are getting used to the shorting very much until that little relief bounce comes. Now, I don't think people put into perspective that that's a 30 to 40% relief bounce on Bitcoin. And that is 100% move on altcoins. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 32%, yeah.
It's a big bounce. So I think, we being patient for the bigger moves and stuff and these sort of things. But I think it's very important to read the chart. That yes, we are low. Like your honest opinion now on a 2-year, 5-year scale, your risk to reward right now, longing is more rewarding than shorting right now for the next 2 years.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And obviously dollar cost averaging in, we can't be for certain that it's going to go back down to 12. We do obviously think it is, but you know what? Nothing is certain. You just got to draw your trend lines and trade what the trade charts are telling you on that day, week, month, no matter what time frame it is that you're trading. One thing I generally pick up between Bitcoin and the altcoins as well, and it's exactly that. I mean, Bitcoin, you just said now, for Bitcoin to go retest the under of this week over here, because we haven't gone to go, that is basically a resistance now. We haven't gone to go test the resistance. And exactly that, it's a 30% move. When Bitcoin moves down or it moves up and it does a 30% move, the altcoins will do double, 1.5 to double that. So there's some very big moves coming. If you look at THETA, exactly that, to retest the bottom, that is at 88%. And when I chart, even though I don't really trade Bitcoin, I will chart Bitcoin every single day, because I've sort of got a general idea between Bitcoin and altcoins and how they run, because you actually start learning the flow between it. So definitely, I think we do have some, especially that the daily is almost reset and the 3 days reset. I think we could have a nice little relief, possibly come test the undersides of the resistance that we haven't tested, and it's on all altcoins. If you go to every single altcoin, you'll see there's a resistance there that hasn't been retested on Ethereum. So we could move all the way to the bottom of there, and then we could possibly still, if we don't break out and the institutions and the buying power doesn't come to and show us that we're now turning bullish and we're breaking structures here, we could come back down to the next legs to come and retest. So that's obviously on a bigger time frame, but we must not.
So I think we'll spend, because we obviously got 3 more shows this week that we're going to run together. I think there'll be 1 live trading session this week as well, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. Maybe even later we'll see what happens. And I think throughout this week, we'll go through a lot of altcoins on higher time frame. I think we'll jump through, build some strategies, long-term spot. I think we can work beautifully with the community. Are you trading anything right now on leverage or short time frame? Are you trading anything right now? Or what are you looking for to trade? Like, when's your next trade? Well, what's your thoughts? So Mama Sniper does trade THETA because
I do chart
why do you
other
only trade?
tokens.
No, but why do you only trade THETA? Like, I think it's important. Like, why do you only trade THETA?
Okay, so look, I do have other tokens. I do in spot, but when it comes to leverage trading, because of the leverage trading, I have just familiarized myself so much with the THETA token. I've learned its ins and outs. I've studied it. I've compared it to Bitcoin. I know if Bitcoin is going to be doing a 20-30% drop, I can sort of gather where my levels are in THETA. So for me, it's a confident coin. I know you
studied it.
don't.
I think a lot of people think like, oh, I must jump to multiple coins and these sort of things. Like, I think
Yeah,
that's
no.
bullcrap
Do what's comfortable for you. There's no wrong and there's no right. You must remember that. Just because someone says you must do something and you want to do it differently, there's no wrong or right. You've got to find what works for you. So I've taken all my drawings off now, but I mean, we can just carry on drawing it. So I'm just comfortable with THETA. I've worked with it. I know its ins and outs. I know the percentages. I know on certain time frames where it likes to retrace on the Fibonacci levels, because every token is different. Some tokens, when there's a retracement, it likes to retrace to the 618. Other tokens like to retrace to the 382. Other ones to the 786. I know that THETA on the smaller time frames likes to retrace to the 618, and on a higher time frame, it likes to retrace to the 786. And how do I know this? Because I went and I worked. I sat hours studying the token, especially when it comes to leverage trading. If I want to take a leverage trade, I want to feel comfortable with the token that I'm trading. I want to know its moves. It's like having a relationship with it. Does it always work out? No. I have a love-hate relationship with THETA sometimes, but I generally know where it's going and the moves. And I've been 70-80% time correct in seeing where THETA is going. So currently I'm not in a trade right now, but I'm looking for a trade, and I'm obviously watching THETA. So
what are you looking for? What's your yeah?
So obviously now we'll just flip. So we know bigger picture. Okay. So we can see that THETA is currently working also in the same range, which I think most tokens are. Okay. We're currently sitting in the middle. Do we take trades when we're sitting in the middle of a zone? Not always. We rather wait to see. We rather wait to see which direction it's going. If I want to take a daily trade, like I want to get in and out, the first thing I would have done was draw my trend line, because the trend line does help you distinguish, obviously, which direction you're going. Break of a trend line, retest over here would have been a perfect time to buy it for a shorter time frame over here. Obviously, I missed that. So we will obviously now the 1 hour RSI is going up. Let's have a look. 2 hours just hit the floor. 3 hours is coming down. The 4 hours busy coming down. So for me, I would rather wait for the 4 hour to reset itself, and then obviously just monitor now on a smaller time frame on the hour, because there's possibility it could still come back down to retest these bottoms over here. So I could still get THETA at around 105. It all depends on Bitcoin as well, because I would have to go chart Bitcoin and see where it's going.
Yeah, well, Bitcoin's in that range, and it's getting near resistance now.
Yeah.
So it is showing that there can be, the temporary pullback, and that would make sense for us to get back down there. So you're very strict to ranges. I think that's a big thing.
No,
if you don't catch the trend breakouts, then you gotta trade the range. You know what I mean? That's
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I will be looking, and it all depends on how much time I have every single day to trade. Yeah, generally on the hour chart, it's too late for me to enter now. So I will check the next move to see if we're going to make a higher high. We've got a very nice trend line forming over here on the hour. So draw your trend line. This is exactly what Sheldon has taught everybody. Just draw your trend line. So we've got a nice little movement over there. So wait for it to obviously come back down, retest, because we will always come back down to retest the level. And if we ever break these levels, that's when you know obviously when to get out. And I mean, I think we want to discuss strategies with the guys as well. It's something Sheldon and I discussed, is that we want to be able to discuss strategies with you. And one of Sheldon's best strategies is these trend lines, and sticking to it. That when they break formation, get out or get in. Depending on which direction it's going. One of my other strategies that we want to discuss with you guys is my micro alts. I mean, that's a different type of strategy that I have. That we want to bring to you guys, and I want to show you why. I've done a whole lot of research on there as well.
Well, I think, Mami, if you want, I just want to go through just quickly Bitcoin and the possible short-term trade that we can have today, and on one or two alts, for the guys that are looking for a very short-term sort of trade. And then I think you need to dive into your macro alt strategy. I think that for the higher time frame view and the stuff, I think people really need to know that. So I think let me do that quick, and then let's then have a look. So what I am looking at here, guys, is that it is a calculated risk. So, remember, it's always going to be uneasy when you're long in the market at any point, to buy at a support. This is why I like trend lines and these things, because it's more confirmation buys. And they don't always work, but they do work many times. But, they've always consistently worked more than what they've lost for me. And I've managed to always preserve cash and survive the times I get it wrong to when I get it right. But for me, I think Bitcoin, the 15 minutes is right at the top now. I think Bitcoin's going to go a little bit higher over here. And I think there is a temporary short to come back down. It may come down to the early 19,000s. We'll see. Unless it breaks out. Now, if it breaks out, you see why you have this tool here to work out your percentages here. To say that if I enter the short over here, and that's like, this is the calculated risk. Now, remember, if you take any leverage or you take any margin, this is telling you a 0.30% is what you're risking. Now, if you take a 3x, you times that by 3, which means you'll lose 1%. If it's a 5x, you will lose 1.5% if you get stopped out. So use that as a sort of tool. Now, if it breaks through, it just means you take a little bit of a risk hit, but it means now, okay, shit, I shouldn't be shorting anymore. I should be waiting for the RSIs to reset again, and I should be looking at longs, because we know that big pump is coming at some point. That relief bounce is coming, and you don't want to miss that either through the times. So if Bitcoin goes up here for short-term short, the ones that sort of come to mind for me is Solana. Like if you have a look at Solana over here, it's showing the exact same pattern as Bitcoin right now. So for me, if it comes up here, short-term short for me, it can easily come back down here. Now, remember what I said in the beginning of the show, that the market is offering 3 to 4%. So if a 3 to 4% interests you, then it makes sense. Okay, cool. I can take a short-term little short here, use the tool. So you take this tool over here, you click it in over there, and you say, okay, sweet. Like if I'm looking at this now and I wanted to put my stop, I'd be risking 0.86. Maybe a 2x works. You don't have to do 5, 7x. I think that's where the people are getting very stuck in the leverage and stuff. Like you got to just calculate that, and you can be looking at a 1 to 3% to the downside. So your risk to reward is 1 to 4. You could see there. So for me here, short-term short on Solana, the market's only offering 3 to 4% right now. So be happy and take your profits very early on them until we get the bigger range breakout. That's all that the market's offering. So Solana would be one of the only ones I'm interested in. Bitcoin would be the other ones I'm interested in on a short time frame. And if we get stopped out, make sure you put your stop losses, learn risk management, guys. If we get stopped out, we're looking at, in the next 2 days, we're looking at a long entry on a retest. And that could possibly be the big one that takes Bitcoin to 25K. I'm very patient for that. And I know that's going to be a streak that we're going to hit, and we're going to hit it hot. It's going to be really every single loss that we take at times in 2 weeks or in a week's time. You don't even understand how quickly you make it back when you get like 2 or 3 right in a proper run. Like, I don't think anyone understands. Like, the main goal is to survive in these very choppy stages. You survive it, and we get a really true breakout. You make back plus so much more in that specific time. So Solana would be the one. Let's quickly have a look to see if there's any other ones. ETH as well. So ETH is also showing me that it's basically sitting near the range. Remember, with these things, it's short time frame, small capital to make a little bit of cash if I want to make some cash. For the guys in the trading tournament, these sort of things. But we do know a bullish breakout is coming at some point. And when it comes, it's going to hit hard. So always prep for that as well, and make sure you are looking at that as well. Look at MATIC. MATIC lost trend. It's testing there right now. There's the previous high there. Risk to reward. You know what I mean? If I was looking for some sort of short over here, I'd be adding this in here. Look at that 15-minute stock over there. So remember, analysis does the same thing on different time frames. You just got to understand how long this time frame gives you the analysis for. And this is showing for today's trades. So if I had to enter anywhere on a small short-term, short on MATIC here, my stop loss would be slightly above there. And where I would be taking profits would be basically at this bottom range over here, which is a 3%. So you're looking at a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 ratio over here. 15-minute is high. So by the time this 15-minute comes down to the bottom, you take profits. Like, it's that simple. You know what I mean? Like, you use it like that. So use this tool, guys. So these are the only ones. Solana for me, MATIC for me. If we have a look, AVAX, no, and these sort of things. And remember, there is a possibility of this breaking. And if it breaks, you want to calculate it as much as possible, because what would happen after this is it will set us up for something pretty, like, really good. Let me show you here what happens. So worst scenario now, this breaks out now, it retests here, and we're on our way. And means we're going to long, and we're going to have a very strong trade on the next breakout here. But this can also do what it's done previously, where we finally get there and we come down, and we finally get there and we come down, and we finally get there and we come down. So there's nothing wrong with just calculate that risk. I'll be taking a short-term short at these resistances here with the stop loss there, knowing I can get stopped out. And worst scenario, I get stopped out and we're triggering the longs on the next pullback. So it's all about consistently throughout these times. Cool. I think it's time, Mom. Jump onto your strategy here.
Sure. Just to go back earlier on with the tokens that I'm trading, I am watching ZIL. I see it did. Okay, let's be on the 1 hour there. Okay, so we broke out of this trend line. We've actually come back down to retest it. Now I've got this trend line drawing over here. So if we go to the 15-minute, like Sheldon says, we can see we've just been rejected there. So we could obviously move down like that, but I'm waiting for the break of this trend line, and then I'll see if I'll take a short-term trade. But again, exactly what Sheldon said now is about getting in, getting out, taking your profit before somebody else does. So because for me, THETA is a bit gone at the moment, unless it comes back down to retest the level. But for me, I'm watching ZIL and THETA. Obviously, ZIL will be more on a spot trade for me, where my THETA trades are more on a leverage trade. Okay, so my project that I started it 2 years ago. And the reason why I want to share it with you is because, you know, everybody's got to have their own type of strategies as to what. Yes, we do daily trading to make money, but what are we doing long term? You don't want to get to the end of the bull run and go, oh, I should have, or I could have. So we need to start, and this is something that Sheldon spoke about, and this is something that we really want to spend time with you guys on, is the different strategies that we can do to start preparing for the next bull run. Are we ready to enter 100%? No, but can we dollar cost average in? Of course we can. You know, and what type of strategies, what type of tokens, which type of projects are we going to look at? For me, I had an interesting one that I did last bull run, and it actually made my portfolio grow so much. And I'm going to show you some of the tokens now, because some of the tokens that I bought back then are still above my buying price. Even though we've been in a bear market for how many months, it's still above my buying price. So I just want everybody to understand that this strategy, it is risky. It is a very risky strategy, but there's certain things that I go around it to eliminate stress, the risk and the stress about it. So first of all, let me actually just go here. I've got, I call it my cheap coins, but I feel so bad calling it cheap coins, but low cost tokens, whichever it is. And it's generally tokens under 10 cents and under 1 cent. And the reason why was because I got to a stage where I really enjoyed seeing millions of tokens in my account. But I dug it a bit deeper, and I went to go have a look, and I only take these cheaper tokens from reputable exchanges. I don't go, and you can, but it's a lot more risky. So from Binance, from KuCoin, from whichever exchanges there are, I go and I just go to markets, and I just sorted all the tokens by price, and I go and identify all the tokens that are under 1 cent and under 10 cents. And basically, I do research. So do your own research on them. There's got to be a project behind it, and there's got to be something that that attracts you to this type of a project. I'm going to look at the bigger time frames. Okay, just so obviously the WIN token was one of them. We saw in the last bull market it did a 53x. I started this project, it was in February, and let me go to one of these here where I can, here we go. So for instance, HOLO, which is hot, I bought over here in February 2021. And you can see we're still above I'm still in profit on these tokens. When these tokens move, they move. And if you have a look at the type of growth, I mean, this wave, let's go, wrong one, sorry. This wave gave 163x. Okay. Let's have a look at another one. This one I bought down over here. This is a blockchain full distribution platform. So I go and I actually go and have a look what the project has behind it. I mean, you can have a look, these growths, 32x. This is a social media rewarding system.
So with these, do you do a small part of your portfolio and you just work
very
off the...
small? No, very small. So very, very small. You know what I do? I actually don't take my own money. I'll take a trade, and then I'll take 10% of that trade or 5% of that trade, and I'll just go and I'm dollar cost averaging into all these tokens. And I'm talking like $20 or $50 or $100. Some of them I'm up to like $300 per token. But the nice thing about this project, and for me, it's a hold. It's let these projects do what give them time to grow, mature, and do what they're supposed to do. So I've got a little project, a little wallet that I move all of these to, and actually forget about them. But every little bit of profit I make from a trade, I'll take 10%. It depends how much I made, but I'll take 10%, and I'll just dollar cost average wherever it is. I'll buy into them. Now you can see a lot of them are going to come a lot lower, so I am still waiting for certain prices to hit. I mean, we can go back down to this area over here, because if Bitcoin's going to go down to 12, we know that these are going to come back down to these areas. So I am saving money to buy these when they get back to that area. So these are most of the ones that I have looked into, and they're all on the major exchanges. Celer is one of my favorite ones. I think this is still from last time when I was talking on this show. But I mean, this is one that I'm dollar cost averaging. I mean, this one did a 230x in the last bull run. So my strategy is I'm holding 15 to 20 of these tokens at about $50 each, whatever you can afford, $10 each, doesn't matter. And the percentages that these small little caps, these little coins do for you, I only need 5 of them to succeed. I don't need all 15, 20 of these projects to succeed. If I'm holding $100 in 20 of these projects, right, it cost me $2,000. And on average, if I take an average, that they 50x, because some have done 80, some have done 90, some have done 200, some have done 50. So let's take an average. If they 50x in the next bull run, and only 5 of the projects succeed, my $2,000 turns into $25,000. You know, so it's just a bit of a strategy. And I know I've gone through it very quickly, but it's something that we will obviously elaborate on and guide everybody through. I can even give a low cap every single time. Maybe once a week, we can go through a low cap token and chart it and see. So we start building this for the next bull run. And we start looking at buying prices. But it's actually a very nice project, and it was very successful last bull run. And I'm sharing my strategy because this is what I'm doing. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but it worked very well for me in the last bull run.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Mom. No, I think it's all something just to look at, you know, like between your portfolio, certain percentages. Like I know what you did in the last bull run, like with T-Fuel and VTHO and catching these coins. Remember, it's a very small part. There's many strategies of it, but end of the day, guys, like I see people say like 90% of the coins won't make a comeback in a bull market. Bitcoin might not come back. Yeah. We in crypto, right? we're busy with these things. So I agree with it. I just mean risk management is important. And we run with that. So I think it's been great. I think it's been really good. Guys, for those who are getting the shorts, if it does come one more time up here. So remember, the trade that I'm taking is anywhere in this top range over here. I'm shorting the short time frame. You can see that 15 minutes turning down. If it does come back there, as you can see, I've just taken a MATIC short at that region, but only when it was in the zone up at these areas over here. Yeah, short-term shorts right now, taking the gains, and then I'm prepping for the next long. So I think it's been a great session. I think it's been a great introduction. I think we've got lots to talk, to teach, and I think it's going to be amazing. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you're happy that Mama Sniper is here. Remember to follow her on Twitter. It is below in the description. It's the new best duo out there. We're going to kick ass. We're going to show you guys what we can be done. To all the saltiness, what's happening, water, what dissolves salt. I love you guys. You watch all my shows. Thank you. Like, you're the best supporters, actually. You're the best guys out there. And I'm going to kick your ass and prove you wrong again. Okay. Much love, Banter fam. Mom, I'll see you later. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go record some education. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter on what I'm doing next. And we'll be going live soon.
Yeah.
Much love, Banter fam.
Bye, everybody.